Every creatine video on YouTube tells you the same thing. It builds muscle, it helps in the gym, take 5 grams a day. And if you're a bodybuilder, that's all you need to know. But if you play any sport that requires explosive movement, sprinting, jumping, tackling, changing direction, throwing a punch, there's a reason creatine matters more for you than for anyone doing bicep curls. Creatine feeds the exact energy system that powers every explosive action your body performs. By the end of this video, you'll know why and you'll know exactly how to take it. Your body already makes creatine. Your liver produces about 1 gram a day. You get another gram from food, mainly red meat and fish. It gets stored in your muscles as phosphocreatine, and it sits there waiting until you need explosive energy. When you sprint off the line, jump for a header, or drive through a tackle, your muscles need ATP, adenosine triphosphate. That's the molecule that powers every muscle contraction. The problem is you only store enough ATP for about 2 to 3 seconds of maximal effort. After that, your body has to remake it. And the fastest way to remake ATP is by pulling a phosphate group off phosphocreatine and attaching it to ADP. That reaction happens instantly. No oxygen needed, no waiting. This is the phosphocreatine system. It fuels anything explosive and short. A sprint, a jump, a change of direction, a burst past a defender. Creatine supplementation increases how much phosphocreatine you have stored and ready to fire. You're expanding the fuel tank for every explosive action in your sport. In 2025, a network meta-analysis tested every major supplement across 35 randomized controlled trials on 991 athletes. They tested creatine, protein, caffeine, beta-alanine, BCAAs, HMB, and vitamin D. Creatine ranked first for sprint speed. 94% probability of being the single most effective supplement tested. It beat everything else, and the finding most people missed from that study. No supplement meaningfully increased muscle mass. The performance benefit was speed and power output, not size. That matters because most athletes hear creatine and think bulk. Creatine is a speed and power supplement that happens to sit on the shelf next to the protein powder. For a footballer who needs to be explosive over 5 meters, a basketball player driving to the rim, a rugby player hitting a ruck, or a sprinter coming out of the blocks, the benefit is direct. You're fueling the exact system your sport demands. I put the full creatine protocol alongside everything else an athlete needs into a free nutrition blueprint. What to eat before a session, what to eat after supplementation, and how it all shifts on rest days. It's free. Links in the description. So, the part nobody wants to hear. Creatine has more myths around it than any other supplement in sports science, and some of them are the reason athletes avoid it. Does creatine damage your kidneys? No. A review by Antonio et al. In the Journal of the International Society of Sports Nutrition examined decades of research and found no adverse effects on kidney function in healthy individuals. This myth comes from creatine raising creatinine levels in blood tests. Creatinine is a marker doctors use for kidney function, but supplementing creatine raises that number independent of kidney health. Your kidneys are fine. Do you need a loading phase? No. Loading at 20 grams a day for 5 to 7 days saturates your muscles faster, but 5 grams a day reaches the same saturation point within 3 to 4 weeks. The ISSN position stand confirms both methods work. If loading gives you stomach issues, skip it. Do you need to cycle on and off? No. There is no evidence that cycling provides any benefit. Your body doesn't build a tolerance. Take it daily, indefinitely. Does creatine cause water retention that slows you down? This is the one speed and power athletes worry about. Creatine does increase intracellular water content. The water goes inside the muscle cell. The average gain is about 1 to 2 kilograms. But the 2025 meta-analysis showed sprint speed improved despite the weight increase. The extra phosphocreatine more than offsets the extra mass. If the trade-off was bad for speed, that result would have gone the other way. 5 grams of creatine monohydrate per day, every day. Training days and rest days. The timing does not matter. Before training, after training, with breakfast. Consistency is what saturates your muscles, not timing. Creatine monohydrate is the only form backed by strong evidence, not hydrochloride, not ethyl ester, not buffered creatine, monohydrate. It's also the cheapest. Mix it in water. It doesn't dissolve well, but that doesn't affect absorption. And creatine is one of the most studied supplements in sports science history. over 500 peer-reviewed studies. If you play any sport that requires you to be explosive and you're not supplementing creatine, you're competing with a smaller fuel tank than you could have. 5 grams, monohydrate, every day. That's the entire protocol. The 94% finding wasn't one researcher's opinion. It was the result from 35 trials on nearly 1,000 athletes across multiple sports. Creatine is the most effective supplement for explosive performance that has ever been tested, and it costs less than £1 a day. That's creatine covered for every sport. But if you're a sprinter specifically, the details change. Nutrition timing around a track session works differently to a gym session or a team training day. Sleep affects your phosphocreatine system differently than your aerobic base. The full sprint recovery blueprint covers nutrition, sleep, and injury prevention, built specifically for sprinters. Links in the description.